So the way I have this set up works for me because I wanted to have a little seating area in the window.
Yep.
And then a couch just to, you know, watch TV, and it's a very small area. So some people aren't visual and don't know how their furniture is going to look in the space. Or how to arrange things. So I don't know if this is off-putting because people think, oh, there's a couch in the middle of the living room floor, or if they think that it looks small. So I was wondering if maybe I push the couch into the windows and get rid of the table. So it might make the rest look empty, but
I actually like how you, and I like how you have the furniture set up, and I don't believe that it's off-putting because I think that it shows the versatility of the space, and it's something that I can sort of explain and maybe even attach a floor plan to say, all right, here's the space, this is how we have it arranged this way, but this is how you could do it another way too. So, you know, just a bird's eye view of this area, we could show the couch against this window, subtracting this, maybe a little side chair, and then keep that sort of in the nook over there too. So
that's a great idea.
Another option, just so that people can visualize what they, you know, and see maybe what they can do in the space. Because the other thing they could do is maybe like a little L-shaped sectional here too. But possibly, you know, like a less deep sofa and an accent chair. I think that, and as we talked about before, but really the biggest impact, and even though I really like the color and enjoy it in here, I think the biggest impact is going to be changing the color. And I think that that is really going to help people to, first of all, it's going to open the space. And I don't ever really like to say that darker colors enclose a space, but because it's everywhere, I think once we lighten it up, it will brighten the whole space and it'll make it feel bigger too.
Okay.
And we'll still have a little punch of red in there with the sofa and you know, as well. So the other thing is that if we were to move this out of here, you really only have this unless you have, well, you do have that little small chair over there in that room as well. But
it might be a little awkward.
Yeah, it could be awkward, and I kind of like how you have it set up. It almost looks like it was staged, you know. So I appreciate, you know, the way that you angled the sofa towards the television and how it sort of works, and you can still sort of maneuver yourself around here. And you know, I think this is a perfect condo for that one person, really.
It is. It's perfect for a single person.
Yeah.
Two might be a little tight.
So speaking of the red color, so all of this, you know, because I think you did the right thing where you kept it all in unison with each other. The other thing that we could do is maybe just keep this like little nook in there red. Just the flat part of the wall, and paint everything else around it the white, so we still could have a little punch of the red, and that's like sort of recess that wall back a tad too.
Okay.
I really like how the countertops are all cleaned off, and you know, I think that that's, you know, definitely a great way to present the space. And all of this, obviously, what I was just saying, you know, needs to be kept the same. I also like how you framed this out here, and I think we could keep that too. I think the color that we could actually go with might be like a few shades lighter than that.
Okay, yeah, I was going to ask you about that because I didn't know if in painting the space I should take down, say, the mirror and the shelf and fill in the holes and you know, make it all one color, or
no, I think it adds some character, it adds some depth, it has some, you know, I think you did a good job, I really do, and I don't want to take away from that.
I like to design on the side myself.
Yeah, I think that, you know, it shows that you have some style. I mean, I love that the lighting fixtures over that table. You know, everything has a place, and it works well. So I don't want to take away from that. My biggest concern in here is the colors. Did you have curtains up there?
I did. I took them down for showing because I thought it would show off the windows better.
Yeah.
And so my question would be, should I put curtains back up, or should I maybe take down the curtain rods while painting?
So I think I prefer to have at least the 2 curtain rods on the side, maybe 1 panel on each side versus having a whole wall of panels. And then maybe take the middle one out, just so you have some sort of drapery treatment there. You would leave the rods on the side and take the middle one down? Yeah, so that we sort of, it will sort of draw your eye this in this way, but we'll keep that window open. You still have your privacy with your mini blind, but at least you have some sort of fabric there that's softening the architecture, basically.
Okay.
And so you'd have just one panel on each of these windows.
Okay.
You know, one to the right, far right, and one to the far left, instead of having, you know, a wall of drapery treatment, basically. So I think that would give you a little bit of a softened effect without having to, you know, cover up the entire, because I see what you're trying to say, and I think we could just make a nice compromise between the both of them.
Okay. Would it look awkward at all with
having just have the
just the two?
No, because what we're doing is just highlighting this bay space, this bay window area, and sort of drawing your eye to the center here. And because we have this lighting fixture here too, so you know, I don't believe that, you know, would make it look awkward at all. I think that it's you know, a good solution, like I said, a good compromise between the two.
Okay.
The two things, and then you could always do two more panels. But the thing is then I think that you're overwhelming that little area with too much fabric.
Right.
And the other thing is that I think they should be, you know, to the floor. You see how you have a little bit of height here.
Yes.
That's kind of flood-like.
It is.
Like,
I know. I thought of adding something to the bottom.